Hi. Okay, so today I want to make two different things, an herbal infusion and an herbal decoction. So both of them are just extremely nourishing ways to consume herbs. You can obviously get little tea bags at the store. Infusions and decoctions though either require steeping or simmering. So I'm going to show you how to make both, and it'll just depend on the type of herb that you have on which one that you choose. I just love herbs so much, and I find them so stunningly beautiful that they are so readily available to us. They come with different seasons. If you're using it for a specific condition that you have or just to nourish yourself, herbs work over a consistent period of time that you're using them versus like actual medication, which maybe would just be a one and done thing. Herbs need to be a consistent practice in order to see actual results. I've gotten into the habit now of always in the morning, making an infusion for the evening to sip on, soaking some herbs overnight so then I have them in the morning. It's a lot of fun to be creative with it and to just feel what herbs you're drawn to at that time. So the difference between an herbal infusion versus an herbal decoction is the plant matter that you're using. So if you're using kind of like more of a leafy substance, you would make that within an infusion. And for decoctions being anything that is more woody, like roots, plants that if you would put within a glass jar with hot water probably wouldn't draw out as much just because they are more dense versus more leafy substances that would infuse quickly. Okay, so first let's make the infusion. Here's my little herbal assortment. You can obviously take them out of these bags and put them in large glass jars. I just don't have room for that right now. Most of my herbs I get in bulk from Star West Botanicals. You can even find this on Amazon. That or Frontier Co-op. Both of those places are really great for bulk herbs. I also get some blends at Rosemary's. They don't have, from what I've seen, anything as big as these bags, but they have nice little blends. Like this one, for example, is a hormone balancer that I will use in the decoction. So you want to find a heat-proof glass jar, and you want to make sure that the jar is completely dry and sterilized, and then your hands are entirely dry as well, because if you're reaching in for any of the herbs, you don't want to add any moisture to the bags or the jars that you have them in. Okay, so first I'm going to add some red raspberry, and I honestly eyeball this, and I know it sounds kind of funny, but you just kind of use your intuition about how much you'll need. Yeah, I just covered the bottom. Red clover. I love when they're actually whole, and then you see them like hydrate when you add the water to it. Red raspberry and red clover together are power couple for fertility. Red raspberry specific really nourishes your uterus as well, even by itself. But paired together, it's a fertility promoter. And even though those are two herbs that are more for women, Louis still drinks this just because they do have a lot of vitamins and minerals in it too. Next one's oat straw. Oat straw is actually the first one that I ever used. It kind of tastes like straw a little bit, yeah. But I like to pair it with things. I mean, you can drink it by itself. It's incredible by itself. And again, just loaded with vitamins. But I like to add it in with other herbs. And basically you can do anywhere from like a fourth of the jar to a half, depending on how strong you want it. And then last up, stinging nettle. This is really, really great for circulation, to nourish your blood. That feels good. It's so beautiful. So this is water that just stopped boiling. So I'm just gonna pour the water over the herbs. And I love watching them hydrate like that. Get them all incorporated. Okay, so you're gonna wanna cover this really, really fast right after you mix it up. All of that steam is really, really important too. They're called volatile oils, and they hold a lot of the really good properties of the herbs, and you don't want that to escape with the steam, so putting the lid on it right away is very important. This is gonna sit for anywhere from 1 hour to 8 hours. Obviously, the longer that you steep it, the more it's gonna be able to soak up all those vitamins and minerals. And when you go to drink this, all you need to do is pour it out in a strainer into your glass, and you get to the herbs, like squeezing the herbs, because I feel like that holds almost the most out of anything when you get like the juice from the actual herb. Some people like to drink it cold. You can drink it hot. I always just drink it at the temperature that it's at. But if you can, you should drink it right away or up to like 24 to 48 hours. And then let's make the decoction. Okay, so for this, I have in here dandelion root and then the hormone blend, which has fennel seeds, ginger, cinnamon, burdock, licorice, and a few other herbs in there. I poured a bit of filtered water over these overnight just to soften the roots a little bit so they're easier to heat back up. And then I'm just gonna pour them right in here and add a bit more water. So I have this on the stove right now. I'm gonna bring it to a boil and then turn it on low just so it heats for about 20 to 40 minutes, but not boiling. I'm gonna set it for 32. No, 36. Just like the infusion for the volatile oils, I'm gonna hold them in and make sure it's covered. After that is done, you just strain it however way you want to, cold, hot, and yeah, that's how you make both of them. I feel like those are both very easy once you know how to make them. And once you have the herbs on hand too, it's really fun to just make your own little creations with them. I hope that was helpful. I would definitely encourage you to look into and just feel out really which herbs you're drawn to and which herbs you need in the season of your life, emotionally, physically, just having them on hand whenever you need them, and even just trying to use them consistently enough that you can actually feel the difference and experience them for yourself. Bye.